at 6 in the morning to see these long queues of people lining up, and the joy that they felt that they'd finally been given a chance after decades of being denied democratic rights to send a very clear message against the military, that they were no longer wanted. And the victory by the National League for Democracy and Aung San Suu Kyi was resounding, more than 77% of the seats. You can't help but be optimistic about the future, but that optimism has to be balanced with the challenges ahead. The Rohingya Muslim minority have lived in Burma, Myanmar for hundreds of years. There are estimated to be 1.2 million Rohingya Muslims who the government have maligned as illegal immigrants. So most of the Rohingya living in the country really have no rights at all. In 2012, there were attacks on Rohingya communities throughout the state. About 140,000 Rohingya Muslims were displaced. So these internally displaced people have had their houses destroyed, have had their land taken away. They've been sequestered in these really quite squalid camps. They can't leave the camp zone, and the conditions there are really quite desperate. Quite often they can see where their house used to be. I spoke to one man, he just pointed in the distance and he said, my house was right there before they came and killed my father and took my land. They haven't been allowed to build new mosques in years because the authorities just won't allow them. If you're a pregnant woman and you have birth complications, you have to ask for permission to be rushed to hospital. And there are times when anti-Rohingya, anti-Muslim activists will come out and try and block them. And they quite often are subjected to really quite humiliating and degrading treatment. It's a systematic stripping of every basic human freedom with the intent to make life so miserable for them that they will leave the country. And over the past 3 years, the numbers of Rohingya getting on small fishing boats and sailing to Malaysia has dramatically gone up. Unfortunately, Aung San Suu Kyi, who is known around the world as being this great promoter and defender of human rights, has failed to speak up for the rights of the Rohingya Muslims. She has said on a number of occasions publicly that she does not think that what happened against the Rohingya Muslims in 2012 was tantamount to ethnic cleansing. Her failure to publicly condemn denying that the Rohingya should be allowed in the country and agreeing they shouldn't be allowed to vote. She's got to do something better than the previous government. These are human beings that do not deserve to be treated in this disgraceful fashion, and they deserve the same dignity and the same rights as every other human being.